Castillo Museo San Carlos is one of the best military museums I have ever seen, and it is located on the beautiful island of Mallorca. I'm really astonished that no one who goes to Mallorca talks about this beautiful museum. I was in Tenerife and I was really surprised to see another beautiful military museum there, but Castillo Museo San Carlos is even larger than the military museum on Tenerife. Castillo Museo San Carlos, as a military museum, it is outside of it. So when you walk towards it's used to be a fort, a fortification. And at the beginning of the year 1600, the members of the Merchants College started to realize that they needed to build a fortification for protecting the port of Palma from the west side of the island, in the vicinity of what used to be an old Roman port that was called Porto Pi. The new fortification was constructed on the site of a watchtower, and this watchtower could be seen in paintings such as Père Nissard and also the engravings of that period. And the tower was embedded in the new construction, and it maintained the function of a lighthouse. And in 1663, the castle was even extended and was made bigger because it used to be initially a rectangular core building. They kept it and then built around it 4 other great forts or bastions, and then it acquired its peculiar, irregular, star-shaped polygon shape during the War of Succession. Later on, some defensive constructions were added in the outside area facing the Mediterranean Sea. In 1981, a renovation of the whole fortification started. The whole idea of the renovation was to turn the fortification into a museum that could keep and display the artifacts that came from back then the closed artillery park, and some other artifacts, also to display some other artifacts from the army museums, the units of the Balearic military zone, and also artifacts coming from some private donations. And the Castle Museum of San Carlos, or Castillo Museo San Carlos, and was then established and inaugurated on September 26, 1991. In 1994, with the help of several public entities and also private entities, including the Association of Friends of the Castle of San Carlos, the museum gained 2 new rooms, and entrance and lighting of the building were improved. In 1997, the Castillo de San Carlos Consortium was created. This consortium manages the museum and includes the Ministry of Defense, the government of the Balearic Islands, and the Insular Council of Mallorca, and the City Council of Palma. The museum, we have just seen the outside area, or you're just still looking at the outside area, but this is only the first video. I'm going to make more videos, but the museum has 10, as they call it here, rooms, but they're halls, display halls, and I'm going to make more videos and show all these halls to you. But more important for our channel is hall number 1 or room number 1. So what does room number 1 or hall number 1 contain? As you will see also here in this video, some examples, some artifacts. Room number 1 has a special collection of firearms, shotgun and knife collections from Europe, from Africa and Asia. And you will be surprised to hear a total of 611 pieces are displayed here, and many of them are really exceptional pieces. The collection belongs to the Consortium San Carlos Castle and was donated by Flight Lieutenant Colonel Antonio Llorente Alberti in 2004. There are also 8 publications or catalogs. All the collections cataloged in 8 volumes, and you can buy them at the information center of the museum. I'm going also to show them in one of the videos, these publications. And we have Alfonso XIII's small sword here on display, a Winchester rifle 1866 manufactured in 1873, and also a Japanese rifle, and many other beautiful items are on display here. You will see and see some of them here. You're just watching them here, and I'm going to show them, especially more videos on hall number 1, room number 1 here. And there are also others in room number 2 or hall number 2. The War of Independence of 1808 to 1814 is shown in room number 2. We also find a singular piece from the end of the 19th century. We also see the model Lonja de Palma School of Merchants, which was a foundry back then of artillery cannons in room number 2 or hall number 2. In hall number 3A is dedicated to Valeriano Weyler, with funds from his granddaughter was established, room number 3A. And Weyler was the general captain of the 4 islands, Baleares, Canarias, Cuba and Filipinas. So Baleares, Canarias, Cuba and the Filipinas. So Balearic Islands, Canary Islands, Cuba and Filipinas. And also Marquis of Tenerife, Duke of Ruby and Major of Spain. You can find also in the room Weyler's bibliography and the book of the Trail of Cuba, the bust and the desk showing the comprised of different pieces. So you can see them here. In room 3B, okay, there's a room number 3, hall number 3 is divided into 3A and 3B, is dedicated to coastal defensive towers. And then you can see it here. Sorry, I just forgot to mention room number, hall number 3 has also 3C, and it is divided into different is dedicated to different topics. The first is dedicated to uniforms, and also meaning suits, hats, medals and accessories. The second part of it is dedicated to 60 years of contentions and disagreements in Spain's military history from Cuba and Philippines. You can see there to the IFNE war. You can see an Enigma machine, model of the boat Baleares, and different backgrounds of each period. You can also see 6 flags from different epochs and also their explanations. Then we have hall number 4, and in hall number 4 you have artifacts from the 20th century and mostly weapons of infantry and engineering, highlighting portable radio maneuvers and firefighter's car, an old equine mask, and also you see the story, you can see this artifacts and also the story of the best Spanish combat rifle of the 20th century, the Fusa Semte. Then we can go to room number 5, and then hall number 5 is dedicated to the Mallorcan slingers, a reenactment from the Battle of Sama, in which the slingers fought side by side with the Carthaginians, and is shown in this, and a series of paintings explain the role of slingers here. On the day I visited the museum, room number 6 was closed, but room number 6 is a hall or exhibition room, is a temporary one, which doesn't it changes the topic, and it's not a military topic, and it's dedicated to different subjects such as paintings, toys, etc. Room number 7, when I was there, was also closed because it was being renovated, and it will be a center for the interpretation of the fortress in the second stage and phase. So, but it was closed on that day. And then room number 8 is very interesting because it shows the artillery, and the artifacts come from after the artillery regiment number 91 was dissolved, so they come from there. And also you can see anti-aircraft artillery and coastal artillery, bronze mortars, and campaign artillery there in room number 8, exhibition hall number 8. And a small room here has also flags and standards. Room number 9, the corps of the Regiment of Volunteers of Palma of 1808. You can see it in room number 9. You can see the uniforms and the armament, gunpowder boxes, and other items used at that time. And then room number 10 is the Tower of Felipe III in 1612. It contains in the middle floor the original door there, and at the top the rooms and places where they saved the powder and food. On the terrace they installed at that time diverse armaments like coastal cannons and anti-aircraft cannons during the Civil War. I've talked about these 10 exhibition rooms here, and I'm going to just show you some pictures from different areas of this museum. Basically, the whole time I was talking, you just see some artifacts from the hall number 1, because they're basically swords and knives and daggers and things which most of my fans and students are interested in. But I'm going to dedicate time. I'm going to talk about different cultures, different artifacts here. I'm going to prepare different videos, also PowerPoint presentations about different artifacts. So stay tuned. This is only the first introductory video. I'm going to show you much more. So stay tuned, please.